lo andamos cerrando para nosotros. Esto es lo que quiero mostrar, lo que puede ser.
Venga, pues es para lo más de guerra. Y para ver, bueno, a ver, pásalo, para Jalisco, mi compa, aquí. A ver,
They pointed their phones at the wrong people and regretted it almost immediately. Some of them didn't even live to tell the tale. A few seconds was all it took for their fame to turn into a nightmare, leaving them without an option for forgiveness. These are the stories of TikToker who messed with the wrong cartels. From Mexico to Colombia, these TikTokers have found out the hard way that mocking or exposing cartels can be a deadly game, but just how deadly can things get? Join us as we dive into 10 times TikTokers messed with the wrong cartels. 1. The TikToker who mocked El Mencho's cartel. Back in 2020, Fernanda, a young Mexican influencer with a taste for thrills, thought she had discovered a formula for viral fame. In a 2-minute TikTok clip, she danced to a trending song, moving confidently in front of a row of luxury cars reportedly tied to the notorious El Mencho and his Jalisco New Generation cartel, one of Mexico's most feared criminal empires. Her caption read, jokingly, "Even El Mencho would approve this move." It was playful, cheeky, and millions of viewers thought it was hilarious. Within 48 hours, her post had racked up over 1 million views, but she had also attracted a very different audience. Men in black SUVs were spotted cruising near her home in Zapopan, a city tightly controlled by CJNG. Neighbors reported seeing strange vehicles parked at odd hours, drivers wearing dark glasses even at night. By the time investigators tried to contact her, Fernanda's social media accounts had vanished. Her digital presence disappeared as quickly as her footsteps on the city streets. Mexican authorities never located Fernanda, leaving behind only whispers, speculation, and one brutal lesson. Mocking a cartel online is like poking a rattlesnake with a selfie stick. The venom is real and the strike is fatal. Social media might be a playground, but in cartel territory, it is also a battlefield. And if that chilling story is shocking, just wait until you hear about the next group who turned a prank into a nightmare that would leave audiences questioning the limits of online stunts. 2. The group who made narco pranks go horribly wrong. This next case is clear evidence that pretending to be dangerous can be far more deadly than being genuinely brave. In 2021, 4 friends from Nuevo León, Mexico decided to turn cartel violence into viral content. They called it narco pranks, staging fake extortions, kidnappings, and street ambushes while filming TikTok videos. Their first few clips went viral, amassing millions of views and giving them a taste of internet fame. But fame came at a cost. For one stunt, they dressed in black, blocked cars in a neighborhood controlled by the Gulf Cartel, and pretended to extort drivers using toy rifles and SUVs with tinted windows. Onlookers, thinking it was real, called the police. Within hours, news spread and the real cartel caught wind of it. That night, reports surfaced that the 4 pranksters had been abducted by armed men. 2 of them were later found beaten and terrified, left with a note that simply read, "Respect the business." The other 2 were never seen again. 3. The TikToker who flaunted a cartel lifestyle she didn't belong to. If you thought online bravado was harmless, Areli La China Gonzalez's story shatters that notion. In 2022, the 22-year-old TikTok star from Culiacan, Sinaloa, built a following by showcasing the luxurious trappings of cartel life. Videos of stacks of cash, high-end cars, designer firearms, and gold-plated accessories painted her as someone living in the narco luxury fantasy. Her audience loved it. She was glamorous, bold, and untouchable in their eyes. But her ambition drew the wrong kind of attention. RLE tagged her videos with hashtag Cartel de Sinaloa and claimed she was dating a known lieutenant. She gained tens of thousands of followers overnight. The mistake wasn't in her storytelling, it was in reality noticing. The lieutenant's actual partner saw the posts, and in the world of cartels, jealousy and misrepresentation are lethal. Her final post was almost prophetic, a clip inside a car with the caption, "Living life without fear." Hours later, she was discovered dead on the outskirts of the city, multiple gunshot wounds ending the story abruptly. Authorities confirmed she had no real connection to the cartel. She had borrowed an image, a narrative, a persona, but in Sinaloa, a borrowed life is worth the same as a real one. Her death left behind a message as clear as a neon sign. In cartel territory, even illusion can become reality, and reality can kill. And as terrifying as that is, the next case shows how accidentally capturing cartel activity on camera can be just as deadly. 4. The influencer who exposed a drug convoy. Imagine flying a drone over a desert landscape for content, and within days, that simple act becomes a death sentence. This was the fate of 29-year-old travel vlogger El Pipo in Sonora, Mexico in 2021. Known for scenic drone footage, he had no criminal intent, only a passion for capturing the beauty of the Mexican desert. But one accidental recording revealed a caravan of armored trucks moving through remote roads, a convoy commonly used by the Sinaloa cartel to transport weapons and drugs. Thinking it would make engaging content, El Pipo uploaded the footage to TikTok with a casual caption, "When you stumble upon something you shouldn't." Within hours, the post went viral, drawing attention from journalists, viewers, and the very men in his video. 2 days later, his friends discovered his car abandoned on a lonely stretch of road. The drone was destroyed, all footage erased, and his social media accounts had gone dark. Local reports suggested that the cartel traced his location through metadata embedded in the video. Every view, every share, and every geotag had become a trail leading right to him. El Pipo's disappearance illustrates a critical lesson. In the digital age, every online post leaves breadcrumbs, and in cartel territories, those breadcrumbs can guide predators. The line between curiosity and danger is razor thin, and if you thought this was an isolated risk, hold on. The next case dives into the chilling consequences of flaunting power you do not possess, showing that sometimes online fame can be more dangerous than physical presence in cartel territory. 5. The teen who made fun of a cartel boss's song. In 2020, Uriel El Pirata Garcia, a 15-year-old TikToker from Tamaulipas, became a tragic example of how a joke can be lethal. He posted a short lip-sync video mocking a Narco corrido, a folk song praising a local cartel boss. Uriel exaggerated the lyrics, laughed, and called the song cringe. It was meant to be harmless fun, a teen poking at a musical idol, but in cartel territory, even laughter can be deadly. Within days, Uriel began receiving strange messages on his TikTok account, skulls, knives, and ominous warnings to delete the video. Friends told investigators that the emojis carried a chilling message. You know who sees this, but Uriel ignored them, thinking it was just online bullying. A week later, while walking home from school, he disappeared. Hours later, his body was discovered in a deserted alley, and authorities linked his death to a cartel, claiming responsibility for disrespect. In towns where criminal organizations control territory, even a song or a video can act like a loaded weapon, carrying consequences far beyond what viewers see on their screens. Uriel's story became a nationwide warning. In cartel-dominated areas, humor can be lethal. Online content is not just entertainment, it can be evidence, it can be proof, and in the wrong hands, it can seal a fate. And if a simple joke can cost a life, the next case shows how one party post can turn a glamorous night into a deadly trap. 6. The model who posted from a cartel party. Imagine attending what seems like an ordinary influencer event. Dancing, laughing, capturing moments, but the reality is a world filled with guns, gore, and deadly stakes. Karen Itzel, a 26-year-old Instagram and TikTok model, stepped into that dangerous line in 2021. Known for attending exclusive private parties, Karen posted stories showing herself dancing amid luxury cars and armed men, tagging the location as Morelos, a region controlled by the Guerreros Unidos cartel. The caption read simply, "VIP only," but that casual brag revealed much more than she knew. By morning, her videos were deleted, but it was too late. 2 days later, news outlets reported that a woman matching her description had been found dead near a highway. Friends told investigators that Karen had been invited to the party by a man claiming to be a music promoter, but he was linked to organized crime. Her social media posts had unintentionally exposed cartel members' identities and locations, turning her phone into a beacon for retribution. Karen's death demonstrated a terrifying truth. In cartel territories, even routine digital updates, something many influencers do daily, can become deadly. What seemed like a glamorous night of dancing and socializing ended as a reminder that visibility online in the wrong place is more dangerous than invisibility in the real world. And if a single post can cause death, the next story shows that actively seeking cartel members for content can be even more perilous. 7. The TikToker who tried to interview cartel members. In 2022, a TikTok user known as Alex Chapo set out to make his channel unique by interviewing small-time gang members across northern Mexico. Views poured in, and he was praised for boldness and daring content. But his ambition soon turned fatal. When Alex announced that his next video would feature men who work for the real bosses, his online fame became a dangerous spotlight. Hours later, he disappeared. His family later received a chilling voice note demanding the removal of all his videos. The message concluded with one line: "You want Wanted to see how it works? Now you know. Investigators traced his last known location to the outskirts of Guadalajara, a region firmly under the control of the Jalisco New Generation Cartel. 8. The couple who traced a cartel's safe house. In 2023, two urban explorers known as the Ghost Hunters MX posted a TikTok series exploring northern Mexico's forgotten spaces. They were drawn to decay, mystery, and the thrill of discovery, but in one video, their daring turned deadly. While exploring a large ranch, the couple noticed bullet holes piercing walls and trucks half burned from fires. They claimed the property was a former cartel safe house. Filming themselves laughing and joking inside, they declared, "Guess we own this place now." The video went viral, amassing 5 million views in 3 days, but the notoriety came at a terrifying cost. A week later, both explorers vanished after leaving home for another expedition. Police later found their car burned, with all cameras and recording equipment missing. Investigators suspected the cartel had taken offense at their mockery, interpreting their posts as disrespect or a threat. The ranch itself, scarred by violence, remained a reminder that even when abandoned, cartel territory is never neutral ground. 9. The American TikToker who filmed a border exchange. In 2021, David Hernandez, a US-based TikToker living near El Paso, Texas, thought he had found the perfect niche, filming border life content. His followers loved his videos showing smuggling routes, night patrols, and life along the Rio Grande. But one night, David streamed a clip that would forever change his life. In the dead of night, his camera captured what he described as a suspicious midnight delivery on the Mexican side of the river. Crates were exchanged quickly between masked figures, trucks idling under the faint glow of streetlights. David tagged the post #borderdrama, thinking it would give him an algorithmic boost. And it did, but it also drew the attention of the Juarez cartel, which controlled that crossing. 10. The musician who sang the wrong lyrics. In 2020, rising singer and TikToker Alexis El Flaco Vega became popular for performing live narco corridos, songs glorifying the leaders of organized crime. Fans loved his charisma and energy, but the content he shared walked a perilous line. During one live performance, he praised the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, or CJNG, calling them kings of the land. His audience applauded, shares exploded, and it seemed like another night of digital fame. But in his very next post, Alexis shifted allegiance. He shouted out the Sinaloa cartel, referring to them as the real kings. Within the week, he vanished without a trace. His body was later discovered in a deserted area outside Culiacan, alongside a note that read simply, "Pick a side and stay there." Authorities described it as organized crime retaliation. Across the country, musicians and influencers went silent on cartel-related content, understanding that in some regions, even a lyric is not just words, it is a declaration of loyalty, and the wrong words can be fatal. What do you think about these unfortunate TikTokers? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below, and if you enjoyed this video, like, share, and subscribe for more.